while they are doing the technical side, in the interest of saving time, I will go on and I will just dis- show you first anong dito, what are those that are here in front. The first one in front of me is the fogging machine that we demonstrated yesterday and the other day. In the morning and in the afternoon, two locations. We also demonstrated the dusting machine, the same morning and afternoon, together with the batch 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in two locations. The other one was in Camp Biscara and the other one was in Isabela. And here on my left is the Botanical Insect and Fungus Growth Regulator, BIFGR. 1 liter to 1 drum of water for liquid spray. The other one is BIFGR powder and or big R powder that we can use it for dusting. That one on my right is a dusting machine. That dusting machine can also be modified into a misting machine. So, in our method of application, we can apply our botanical insect and fungus growth regulator. Remember, botanical. We are not using any side, insecticide or chemical pesticide, or nor herbicide. No sides. We are the pioneer in this. But I will tell you more about that. On the soil improvement amendment that I will explain more, okay na, is the using of 100% vermicast with mycorrhiza. Dr. Saldivar kanina in-explain about natural, about soil amendment, soil amelioration. And this vermicast with mycorrhiza, by the way, mycorrhiza is very abundant in forest. I will tell you more about how the MAPECON way, using MAPECON bioactive carbon with 54 microorganisms to ameliorate, rejuvenate the soil. Okay na? I have two topics this afternoon. Thank you very much. Salamat. I am inventor, innovator, Gonzalo Catan Jr. of MAPECON Philippines with 46 branches nationwide with 700 workers. And then the other one, MAPECON Green Charcoal Philippines, producing vermicast, 100% vermicast with mycorrhiza, with earthworms, activated carbon that we export, and then green charcoal that we make from basura. That's why I got the email of kaninang national president of the Barangay League, because we can create jobs, make plenty of jobs, and you can tell this to your barangays in producing green charcoal out of basura, biodegradable garbage, as well as damo, grass, as well as agricultural waste. We have the hydrogen reactor and then make hydrogen using the heat of the green charcoal to break the hydrogen from the water and oxygen. Our plant in a 3.4 hectare, replace 6,000 liters of diesel a day using our green charcoal hydrogen reactor in producing activated carbon. We also use it in our dryers, in running engines, even e-jeepney. Patakbo namin yung mga sakyan and irrigation pumps. But that is just telling and emphasizing that we like to use natural in order that we can help our climate. Now let me go to the first topic. And scroll. How the first topic is how to control, nag-jump siya. Halika na dito. How to control seed flies, plant hoppers, fruit flies of mango, twig borers, albacea palcata. By the way, I am an entomologist from graduate of UP Los Baños, and I am with the Board of Agriculture in charge of crop protection, giving licenses to agriculturists through licensure examination. Okay na? So, how to effectively, yung balik, yung primero, my first subject. Okay, hindi na babalik. So I will just right away go to the first subject. This is how to control seed flies, plant hoppers, with MAPECON's botanical insect and fungus growth regulator, applied in 4 ways. One, by spraying, using our BI. By the way, it's all the same active ingredient. It is that because of our research and development, we're able to make it into different forms. The second is fogging. We can have application of BIFGR through fogging. And then the other one is through dusting. And then there is another one, misting. And then finally, there is also yung powder, 3 kilos of powder. We mix it with 200 liters of water and spray. So combination siya, spray and powder. There are 2 kinds, the BIFGR and Big R. Now let me tell you about when. Usually the first, second spray, we use the liquid because we apply and mix also the potassium nitrate, potassium sulfate, sama yun doon. At saka meron kaming sariling pangpadagdag ng bunga at flowers. Liquid calcium, liquid potassium. Ihalo doon. Plus our MAPECON MBA 54, Botanical Insect Growth, Biological with 54 organism. Yun ang fertilizer, sabay-sabay. While the spraying is most expensive, 268 pesos per tree, pero maka-apply ka naman sa others, so you save labor and time. The other is fogging. We demonstrated yesterday yung fogging at saka dusting. Ang advantage sa fogging, wala nang tubig-tubig. At saka mabilis ang knockdown. 15 minutes, laglagan. Dinala namin yung ipis doon sa near the ruminant area. Linagyan namin ng 30 ipis tapos pinafag. Lahat yan. In 15 minutes, laglagan sila lahat, patay lahat. So may knockdown effect. 137 pesos per tree. Now, you have seen doon sa yung sa dam, that is the place where camp camp ha? Biskara? Camp Biskara. May tubig, may mango trees around. Kita nila na yung fogging nadala sa maybe 30 to 40% sa hangin. At mahirap magdating sa dulong-dulo. Whereas yung dusting, abot talaga. At pareho na rin fogging pero mas madali. Ang fogging, immediate, pero 30 to 40% nawala. Kaya 137 per tree. Yung dusting, kaunti lang mawala. Stick siya. And therefore, it is lower, 108 pesos per tree. Meron pang ginawa kami na natataka rin kami. Yung aming powder, 3 kilos, MAPECON DIFTR powder, put that in the dusting machine, mabuga. Pero meron rin kami ginamit, yung 3 kilos, ilagay sa drum, 200 liters water, tapos mix. Ang ganda. Stick siya, mausay yung sticking niya, and the effect is very, very good. Sinubukan namin yan the other day lang, onions, sa Gabaldon. Patay siya sa spraying, both liquid at saka dusting at saka yung dust in liquid. Yung big R, that is about 64 pesos na lang per liter. Finally, yung big R, ilagay rin namin sa tubig, lumabas 32 pesos per liter. So we can tell you all the costing of each situation. We have different kinds of situation. Situation 1, you have only one power spare. Then, use BIFGR. Yung ito. Use this and mix it in 1 gram of water. Haluan mo pa ng potassium nitrate, calcium nitrate para induce. Now remember, our target are plant hoppers, seed flies. This is our problem. Itong ating agriculturist is now assistant farm manager of a farm in Zambales, Iba Zambales, Barangay San Antonio. Ang may-ari noon, contractor, is Nick Abalos. 1,800 mango trees. So, subok na subok talagang lagdagan, patay sila. Paano yung patay? Pero ang problema lang, halimbawa, yung wala kang tubig, mahirap magdala ng tubig. Do yung kanyang hose, power sprayer, 1 kilometer. Meron kasi siyang 4 hectares na malapit sa creek. So, dala doon. But in spite of that, maganda pa rin yung ating dusting kasi kung maski mag-ulan-ulan, mag-stick siya. By the way, I am a 4-H gardening champion in 1955 in Barrio Palimpinon. Gardening project. I won that award. That is why I became a scholar sa UP Los Baños. That's how I got my agriculture degree. Major into. Pero itong observation ko, yung aming road doon, maalikabok, walang simento pa at the time. Alikabok. So I was surprised, walang insect pest yung aking garden. Yung palang alikabok, nakatulong. I don't know, something to do with their breathing organ, spiracles, hindi sila makabreathe, kaya wala sila. Kaya yung pinatubo, you know, remember, wala mga piste in the pinatubo area. So, yung dusting nakakatulong talaga. That's why it is economical because meron pang liquid, meron pa siyang dust na dala, nag-synergize. Okay, so I like to tell you that this afternoon, I can assure you, mga mango stakeholders, that our research and development proven in 1,800 mango trees and other areas, control talaga ang seed flies with the most economical way. Also, the plant hoppers, which is a big problem, talakitik, I forgot the name, but nagkaroon ng itim, mangitim siya. Kuminsan, yuyug-yug pa nila, yug-yug, then apply. Now, this is the thing that I will like to tell you before I go to the next subject. I pioneered in organic pest control. I researched. I am an inventor. I have 40 patents, 9 patents pending. I pioneered in that with one purpose, to see to it that our country will be free from importation of dangerous pesticides and herbicides. To see to it that our country will not anymore buy so much chemical fertilizer. That is my end goal. But unfortunately, the foreign pesticide did not like it because I was succeeding. I was dusting rice fields, 30 meters there, and then one swoop, parang aeroplano, but ground. We did that also in Gabaldon sa Union. They did not like it. And they filed through the APA, Fertilizer and Pesticide Authority, no less than 7 cases, criminal case in the courts, all over the Philippines. Now, my dear friends, this is a big difference when you are an inventor and a Christian. I asked the Lord, what shall I do? I worked very hard in order to create jobs. I had 400 pesos capital. Now I had already branches all over. Now the EPA will not like me to use my invention. That means I have to give it up. I was planning to go to Indonesia because I had already a big project in Indonesia. I handled the pest control over all Jakarta. And thank God, by the way, MAPECON is a prayer. My Almighty's plan to exalt Christ operates now. I am the executive vice president and Jesus Christ is the president. And so I asked the Lord, what shall I do? And the Lord let me dream twice, fight. And so we fought. And after 26 years, from the regional trial courts to the Department of Justice to the Court of Appeal, finally to the Supreme Court, panalo lahat. The ruling, ang foreign pesticide companies should be out, are the ones illegal. The fertilizer pesticide authority, no jurisdiction. They have assigned the National Committee on Pest Control to have jurisdiction over me. So, anong nangyari? Nabalitaan, sila ngayon ang illegal, tayo ang legal. That is really a fact. And I have 19 documents to show to you that that fact is legal. And so I asked my friends who are working with APA, with foreign companies, kuwan lang ito, principle lang. You are still my friend. You are still my classmate, former classmate. But we have to free our country from importation of too much because that is the one that add cost to farmers in their production, whether mango or rice and so on. And this one that I'm showing you really reduce cost. But the most important is that it is effective. Even if you reduce the cost, but do not kill the season fly, wala rin. So now, my friends, I would like to go next to what is MBA 54, liquid natural fertilizer. MAPECON bioactivated carbon with 54 microorganisms. MAPECON produce activated carbon in Alaminos, Laguna, 4 to 5 tons a day. And activated carbon can store per gram about 5,000 square meter of anything. So, what about if I put the enzymes? the useful microorganism into that activated carbon. And true, when we have the MBA54 put in water together with our vermicast fertilizer and then with a brewer's pump, merong electric pump in a drum of water, mag-ikot-ikot yan, in 24 hours magbula-bula, showing that there are now many good microorganisms. In the fight of disease, it is really between the good and the bad microbes. All right. This is going to explain to you zymogenic reaction. What is that? The microbes, good and bad, follow democracy. If there are plenty of good microbes, the bad microbes follow the good. So all of that will become good. They cannot create disease. In the same manner, if there are more bad microbes, producing bad microbes all over, magkaroon ng disease because yan, more. The good will follow the bad. So ang ating purpose is to see to it that the good ones are more. So we add and add. And how do we add? We put the MB54, actually the cost of MB54, you cannot believe it, but it is only 200 pesos per drum, semi-concentrate. And you can mix that drum into 1 to 5, but I am making the more concentrated 1 to 1. And so the cost only is 50 centavos per liter. You need only 50 liters per tree. Even if you do it 100 liters per tree, that's only 50 pesos. And then in the soil injection, by the way, we also use injector. Kami sa pest control, we use soil injection. The soil injection, you need only 2 liters per hole. You dig 10 holes around the tree equidistant, about 4 meters away from the tree. This is the tree, 10. And then inject, put 2 liters, 2 liters, 2 liters. 2 times 10, that is 20. Times 50 centavos, that's only 10 pesos. So even if you do it every month, terrific. Until the whole area, yung pinakita ni Dr. Saldivar, Evelyn, yung fauna doon, yung soil doon, magkaroon ng maraming good microbes, good mycorrhiza. That is zymogenic reaction. Now, I tell you again another kind of reaction. Ang tawag yan sa biology, adenosine triphosphate reaction. What is that? By putting mycorrhiza, magkaroon ng symbiotic relation between mycorrhiza and the roots. The mycorrhiza, a tiny microbe, will attach to the tertiary root, yung small roots, and then magkaroon sila ng symbiotic relation. The plant will give food to the mycorrhiza, and the mycorrhiza reacts to secret enzymes to the zinc, to the iron, to the boron, and make them zinc phosphate, boron phosphate, and that is the one assimilated by the plant. That is the forest. Plenty of mycorrhiza. And it becomes also sweeter once you have plenty of mycorrhiza. So there you are, my dear friends. The more mycorrhiza, the more MBA54, the more zymogenic reaction, the more healthy the soil. You ameliorate the soil. Hindi pwede yung insect control lang. Sabi ni Rolly Saxtalan, saan ka ba, Doktora? You are the man. Si Rolly Saxtalan and 2 other provincial board members went to visit my place. So I explained to him everything. And I'm happy we are having sharing all the time. He saw my operation. Now, my dear friends, I already told you how to do soil injection. But this is the fastest, very important. But let me tell you, how do we produce vermicast? Nako, kung mabisita ninyo yung aming planta, we have millions and millions of worms. We shred and the garbage, and then make into log, kain na kain. And then we produce a lot of asula, grass. We have the proper mixture, put in BA54, and then the earthworm eats. We produce earthworm. We're probably, we sell a lot to government. We also have a branch in Southeast Asia Institute of Technology. We could have the supply the vermicast fertilizer. So that is natural fertilizer. We have BAFS certification. And then another product that we are proud of is the green charcoal. I told you the green charcoal, you put into hydrogen reactor, takbo. We have e-jeepney running, we have for irrigation running. I tell you, this will be the future power of the Philippines. Imagine we will be saving a lot of fuel. Imagine our power will be running on hydrogen power. I have many projects. That's why I give to some LGUs, we can have a MRRF, green sugar production in your area. And this can be used for fertilizer or power. I like to end this. Can you come, sandali? 5 minutes, just 5 minutes video of the plant. Balik. Ibalik mo. Des. Open des. Yung open na, wala na.
Ay sir, ano yan? Hindi natin to laptop.
Ha?
Hindi natin to laptop.
Hindi na?
Hindi to ating laptop, sir.
Okay. So, okay. Let me just describe to you what we have there. Dahil hindi laptop pala namin. Wala sa open desk. You imagine you are on a drone. You'll see at 3.4 hectares, iba-ibang factory, product. May integrated factory, may big kiln, activated carbon, may green charcoal production, may vermicast production. We have another one, agri-innovation, yung tinatawag namin greenhouse made of bananas, banana greenhouse. Do you not know why many farmers or their children do not like to go to work in the farm? Mainit. So we have greenhouse and then work there in the area. You can plant anything. And because it is banana, malamig, you like to work there. And the earthworms like it. They grow so much. That is one agri-innovation we call it. We have so many agri-innovation. But that, just to tell you that I am dedicating our lives in application. Ngayon, application na. Noon, gawa ng gawa. Pero it's not enough. Because how to apply it correctly is another thing. So I will end this talk. You go home, tell your fellow mango owners, contractors, I will give you our removable USB. You can have my talk. I think I have our, email. You tell us. And we will be happy to be serving as your advisor, consultant for free, just like our friend in Zambales. 20% lang kami, 80% siya, pero tulungan namin siya sa lahat. Nag-assign pa ko ng agriculturist. So, you tell them, we'll be happy to talk to you, but if possible, mga 1,000 mango trees minimum, kung maaari, para makahire tayo ng agriculturist. And we will advise you, and we are learning and learning from each one of you also, so that including yung other aspects like what I learned from Rory Sagdalan. My dear friends, baka during our social mamaya, magparapula kami ng ibang mga pest control products ng MAPECON, including yung fertilizer. Kasi hindi kami prepared. Wag ito. Yung aming product lang, ayan, hindi amin. Dahil hindi kami prepared, wala yung number, we will plan how to do it. So, my dear fellow stakeholders, tell all that we have a Filipino inventor that can now produce practically all the pest control inputs, natural, botanical, as well as fertilizer, natural and botanical, and then besides that, minumultiply pa namin, called probiotic or MBA 54. Tell them the good news. You are like the disciples, my disciples. Go and proclaim the good news that indeed, because we are a Christian company, the Lord shows His power by blessing and blessing our work. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much. Excuse me, can I just stand up there, raise of hand kayong sa MAPECON dyan? Can you please stand up to be recognized? These are our different partners from the Luzon North managers. They own now 49% of the business. Kami 51. That is how we give them incentive. And so I am happy they came from different province of the North. Salamat po. Thank you very much.